Hello everyone, welcome. This video we're going to take a little bit of a peek around the residence that I am working at currently. I had a little intro of their basement yesterday. I just find it interesting. Had a little constructive criticism about that, but that's okay. I am willing to listen, but I figured I would elaborate on that just a little bit. If you remember, part of the basement was buried and the other part had a little walkout section that also had full-size windows on that side. And this home was built in 1954. These are some leftover bricks that seem to match the exterior of this home. But the interesting thing is the stone foundation that this is sitting on. Interesting to me anyhow. And not only that, the little brick walkway here, obviously we've got some different style bricks going on, but not only that, a lot of them have these little hot spots in them. Looking familiar to some melted bricks that we've seen before. That one we just looked at, I got some close-up photos of it. It's very interesting, super shiny on the top, and I always, I say that or refer to that color as plum. I guess you could call it purple, but in my eyes it just looks, it looks plum, like a plum color to me. We're going to take a little walk down memory lane here. And this thing was beautiful at one point in its life. You can tell by the curb that we just passed on the steps there. I mean, even in its condition right now, it's pretty amazing paving of these bricks here. There's another shiny plum looking one with some hot spots in it. And what got my attention on these little spots that I was seeing everywhere is Curtis 47 did a video about what he calls nodes, which is very interesting stuff. And these bricks lining the edge here, looking extra melty. And also there were a few diamonds in here. Been seeing a lot of these diamonds lately. I don't believe that I have looked into the diamond name yet. I can't remember. Just a few more interesting melty looking bricks here. This little patio up here has some little drains. Going to show you a little bit of this stone foundation. There's a few interesting things going on, including this stone that's just sticking way out here like a shelf. And it's got one of these marks, which I believe are We are told that those are from quarrying the stone. And these stones had a bunch of interesting aggregate going on inside of them. Some almost look like shells, but I don't think that they were. They were kind of marbly, crystally looking round things. I might get a close-up here in a second. I think this had them on it. Just a few interesting things I noticed. I figured I'd put it out there and ask some opinions. I don't have any idea about anything. I'm trying to figure it out. Part of me thinks that a lot of these foundations were possibly repurposed and built on, but I am really not sure. These have some interesting little lines in them that almost look like joints. And if you were just to look at that image right there without seeing the rest of it, it looks like a brick. I mean, that whole edge, everything. Another one of those marks. Is that the feather and wedge? I'm not sure. But something, so I don't think the old world would be capping those like that with the holes exposed. For one, it looks stupid, and for two, you know, you want to keep the moisture out the best you can. I think we're gonna walk over to this little canal back here. Give you a little view of that. And this is one of the lesser damaged looking ones that I've seen in this area. But interesting nonetheless, especially that curve around there. Look at all the different looking stones everywhere, just random. Of course, I didn't leave it zoomed in for you very long to look at that, but... And it's funny, I could walk on top of this wall into the neighbor's yard behind them. But I did not do that. They probably already thought it was weird enough that I was even looking at this. Also, there's a view of the back, but they got this random manhole cover back here as well. There's a few more shots of these interesting bricks here. And this one reminding me of a few things that I've seen out and about. Check this out, guys. Let's see if I can get in close. Just down the street a ways, got an ancient looking wall right here. Got a few things to show you. This one looks like the same hand possibly as the other one we looked at. Go see what this is all about. Looks like some interesting stuff on this. Are these newer or old? I'm not sure. Some kind of two-headed being right here. Like a double-headed bird. I'm seeing a snake right here. Lion. Some kind of bird fighting with another animal. I think something happened to this thing. This looks like marble. Some kind of really hard stone. The base anyhow, I'm about to show you the inside of this once I work my way around here. And you got these little mortar spots here. Looks like this was a fountain. Hello. Oh. So here's the explanation for the mortar we were seeing out there. They patched a couple holes, looks like. Looks like we're missing something up top here. Something was fastened to this at one point. got some what look like lead anchors. I just noticed, look at the deformation in this. Check this out. And I'm not gonna get on these people's property if I can help it, but I just find all this so fascinating. And then this runs under the street here. Look at this thing. Got a mixture of new and older drains. Take a little gander down here. Like there's some lead pipe drains in here. Just destruction everywhere. Well, not everywhere. Some of it's still intact. And this loops around here. Hopefully I can get back over to the street. Here we go, some more mix and match. These are those super massive bricks, like one of the buffalo ones that I have. Oh, what do we got here? I can't read it. See if we can find a stamp on one of these. I think that these are the ones that puff up and look like red granite. Also, there's another one of these little berry trees here. I'm not sure what these are. They're edible or poisonous. But I found one of those by one of the bridges we looked at yesterday.
See a little bit of what remains of the bottom of this, or whatever was lining the bottom. This piece looks interesting. I'll avoid that, that looks slick. What do we got down here? Look at this little remaining section of the wall here. Oh, what do we got up here? Oh, some surviving bricks. Looks like a little patchwork right above the header, possibly. There's those slate tops. Got a really cool eagle right here in this cul-de-sac. There's a few things in here I'm even less sure about, this being one of them. Just a couple more to show you guys here. I've seen this ram slash lion type one before. Looks like marble again. And this has some kind of a steel support going through the middle, holding it together. That is newer, obviously. This one is really well done. Sorry if you can't hear me over the fountain. Looks like marble again. This is probably gonna wrap this one up for today. I gotta get some lunch in me and get my butt back to work, but there was some very interesting columns over here that I have not seen before. Or maybe they're not columns, but very well done, whatever they are. Apparently these people got a staring problem. Oh, what is he looking at those things for? Because they're beautiful. What other reason are they here for other than to be admired? These leaves. Crazy. All right, I got one more here because as I was driving by, there's actually two of them. I passed one. Found them to be very interesting. And then there's a twin to this one way down here. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few more here on my way home from work. Check this one out. This is really cool. Looks like another Humpty Dumpty, as in it's been put back together again. And then all along the side of this street, let's go ahead and show you real quick. We got a completely destroyed canal over here. Got an old pipe and a new one there. Looks like a brick right there. And I don't think I mentioned it, but I'm back on the Missouri side in Kansas City. All right, guys, I climbed down in here again. Let's take a little look around. Oh, shoot. I have to take a bath here. I just wanted to see if I could find a brick down in here. piece of pipe. I mean, there's pieces of brick everywhere, of course, but I thought I saw something a little more interesting, but oh, there's bricks all in here. There's one right there. It looks like it's been there for a while. Another bright orange one. I'm gonna try to dig this thing out just to see what it looks like. Oh shit, there's a leech on here. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, that's just mud. But, yeah, as you know, of course, there's bricks down in here. As if it's any surprise. Look way up in here. Under the ground. Is that a natural rock formation under this tree? This one's growing on one too. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to climb my butt back out of here. All right, guys, so I was just down the street there poking around the canal and the other massive urn. Check this one out. And sitting on this base, I've seen this funky pattern before, specifically in cemetery, either monuments or grave markers. And this always, to me, looks like somebody's chiseled something off of here. I can't be sure, but that's what it looks like. And over here, the canal looks a little better. Oh wow, I didn't even see that section down there with the big blocks. I was around this bend a little bit. Wow. And I'm not too sure if, let me back you out, if any of this is newer actually. Why would you go through the trouble of doing that, reinforcing that, when the bottom looks like rubble? And there's nothing in there other than you can see the rebar. Newer bridge on top looks like. Look at the bottom of this thing. Just looks like melt. Mortar and everything else. And then you got this, like, what's going on with this? Make sense of this. Oh, look, there's like some big hole under there. Anyways, that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. I'm gonna head home. I haven't even eaten lunch yet.